One of the core strengths of anime is the ability to introduce characters, themes, and settings that could never exist in the real world. As a storytelling art form, it allows us to suspend our disbelief and be drawn into a colorful new universe where anything is possible. So why then, as anime lovers, do we crave shows that make us so sad? Tearjerkers like Angel Beats, Your Lie in April, and Oshinoko are almost guaranteed to make you bawl your eyes out. Yet, they're so incredibly popular and many anime fans actively seek out titles they know are going to make them cry like a baby. What are the reasons behind this, I wonder? And why is anime just so good at pulling at our heartstrings? It's about time we find out. Since its origins in early 20th century Japan, anime has become increasingly popular around the world for several reasons. Firstly, it offers a unique visual style that often features vibrant colors, intricate character designs, and exaggerated expressions, all of which can be visually appealing and help to captivate the audience, more so perhaps than the Western animation or live action. Secondly, anime is very versatile and covers a wide range of genres, catering to diverse interests and preferences. Whether it's action, romance, fantasy, science fiction, or slice of life, anime has something for everyone. This variety allows individuals to find content that resonates with them personally. Thirdly, anime tends to explore complex and thought-provoking themes, delving into deeper narratives and character development. It tackles subjects like identity, friendship, love, and societal issues, resonating with viewers on an emotional level. If you combine these three factors with a dedicated and passionate fan base that fosters a sense of community and shared enthusiasm amongst fans, you start to realize why anime is the go-to for many people searching for a TV show or movie that's going to make them actually feel something. Anime draws you in. It allows you to make your own personal connections with characters without making things too obvious or easy. After all, in theory, it should be more difficult to identify with an animation rather than a live-action scene that resembles your everyday life. But ironically, by removing many of the shallower points of reference. For instance, that person looks like me, so I should feel what they feel. Anime allows viewers to focus more intensely on the underlying message, whether it's good versus evil, making the most of your opportunities or whatever the case may be. Simply put, if you want to feel invested and be overwhelmingly happy or sad, whilst avoiding the typical Hollywood ending and being told how to feel, choose anime. Now you'd think if given the choice between feeling happy or sad, most people would choose happiness. In reality, that's just not the case. When user Drew Mighty posed the question on the subreddit anime, why do you like watching sad, heartbreaking anime? Some Redditor responses gave an insight into the human psyche, while other responses were typically dark or funny. In his post, Drew Mighty clarified, "So I just finished watching a sad romance anime with a not happy ending, and as I just sat there contemplating why I had this pain in my chest, I wondered why I do this to myself and why I keep watching sad drama anime. So I am curious what other people enjoy about dramas or sad anime." One response from Redditor Dark Conan 1412 read, "For the same reason I love sad songs, happy stories also get boring after a while. Sometimes I want something to break it up from time to time. I also enjoy expressing some of these emotions through the story." Meanwhile, Redditor Self-Centered 47 replied by saying, "I think you've got it wrong, friend. It's not only the sadness we feel, right? If that was the case, less people would watch sad stuff. We feel a connection to the anime characters and/or we feel like we found something profound to value for the rest of our lives when we finish an anime." User Nadasound provided an alternate viewpoint, stating that sad media that's meant to evoke emotions is liberating, especially if you grew up in a household or culture that suppresses emotions. In a way, the mind is like, I heard this anime is sad, so it's okay to cry, if no one told you it's okay to cry growing up. Another response echoed this sentiment with a one-word response, catharsis. And Dream Machine King summed it up by saying, "Sometimes you just gotta cry, my dude." So is watching a tearjerker anime actually a way to feel better? A form of catharsis? Before I delve into some specific examples of why that might be, here's my take on things. For me personally, I enjoy watching this type of genre from time to time because it allows me to acknowledge issues or situations in my own life. The ability to relate to the characters or the story being told allows me to realize the impact of my own actions and to alter them in the present. I always tend to overthink situations as much as I would not like to, which results in me making decisions that can negatively impact my social life and the way I communicate with others. Watching sad anime acts as a form of catharsis where I can reflect on my own problems and try to positively work on dealing with them in a healthier manner. I imagine this is the case for many other people who enjoy sad anime, in the sense that they're able to draw parallels between what's happening on screen with what's happening in their own lives. It acts as a way to bring out repressed emotions, or that ultimately people can come to terms with whatever is causing them grief or sadness. In turn, this might motivate them to start improving their situation and find ways to overcome their problems. On the flip side, even the happiest people struggle to feel happy all the time, and the occasional tearjerker can help them to appreciate how fortunate they are. The anime Clannad is an excellent example of a sad anime that I'm sure many people can either relate to or learn from. As with many other tearjerkers, it features a troubled main protagonist, in this case, Tomoyo Okazaki, who endures immense hardships throughout his life. Without spoiling anything, Tomoya's compassionate nature and genuine goodness make him endearing to the audience, so it's easy to relate, or at the very least to appreciate his circumstances and root for him. If you haven't seen Clannad, I highly recommend it, but make sure to have a box of tissues at the ready. It'll leave your eyes bawling. As a more specific example, bullying at a school is something that everyone is familiar with, whether you've been a victim, perpetrator, or observer. The anime film A Silent Voice portrays the story of Shoko Nishimiya, a deaf girl who encounters severe bullying from Shoya Ishida and his peers. As viewers witness Shoko's plight, they sympathize with her and may even find her relatable if they have personally experienced or witnessed school bullying. Thus, this kind of emotionally impactful anime establishes a connection between the viewer and the characters who experience similar trauma, which can act as a form of therapy. Going back to the Reddit thread I mentioned earlier, and the suggestion by Redditor Not a Sound, that anime can be used to liberate suppressed emotions. The anime Angel Beats captures this perfectly. Without going into spoilers, it deals with themes such as love, sacrifice, and regret, demonstrating how repressing one's true feelings can lead to heartbreak. Funny enough, the show centers around a heart transplant, with terminal illness being a common trope in sad anime. Even if you don't suffer from a terminal illness or know someone who does, it's easy to appreciate the message, which is essentially that life is short and we must make the most of it. To sum things up, anime is unique in the way that it can tell a story that might be so far removed from our own world, yet is still very relevant and impactful. I don't believe that sad anime is made or watched in order to make the viewer feel sad or depressed. In fact, the opposite is true because it acts as an outlet for sadness, a way to share and express sorrow so that it doesn't become a barrier in the real world. That's what I think. But why do you watch sad anime? And more importantly, which anime do you recommend and why? Let me know in the comments below, as I always try to read each and every comment presented. So thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Take care.